are live. Hopefully. Somebody saw my banner. Z's here, first one in the door. I was just saying, just after I went live, I hope somebody saw my banner. Yay, awesome. Oh. Man, I just got home. Yeah, good, I'm glad. Oh yeah, it was awesome and brutal. 8 straight days of I think the shortest day we worked was Wednesday, last Wednesday, because it was 13, I think, to or no 11 to 13-year-old girls was Sunday, a week from today, last week. A week ago today. I'm tired. I'm so tired my brain doesn't even hardly function. But I need this tonight. So that lasted 4 days. So the fourth day on Wednesday was a short day. We left at 3 because it was finals. And then the new group flew in that night. 14 to 18-year-olds. So today was also their finals. So we got out at 3. Every other day we got there at 9 in the morning. The first day we got there at 8 in the morning, and then realized it's pretty slow. And we stayed till 8 o'clock or later at night. I mean, you're doing 10, 20, 30-minute sessions, even an hour. It was on concrete. It's inside the Civic Center. So it's where Comic-Con is, at the very bottom, lower level. The first 4 days were just that level. The last 4 days were that level and the very top level, completely filled, 480 teams. So we worked. But I made some good money. Get to interact with therapists that you've never met before. And in our case, we get to hang out with my circle of therapists that I don't get to see all the time, which was wonderful and so fun. So it was a good time. Kevin says, get enough left in those magic fingers. Yes, so they were very sore. We had our massage guns on each other. We were stretching each other out during the day. It was awesome. Self-care with the therapist. This is good active recovery. This finger picking and all this just flushes all that stuff out of there. It's really helpful no matter how sore they are. And speaking of my circle that I don't get to see very often, there's Ellie, my former instructor and friend. She was right there with us most of the whole week and all day today. So we had a great time. I love her. People love her. She's high energy. She's a next level therapist. You just don't find what she does. All that shiatsu and Thai stretching and everything. And she's so, I was telling her yesterday, when those young girls come in there, she just makes them laugh, makes them feel comfortable. She's got that southern charm and definitely that humor, and it's just a blast. So I was right next to her all week for most of the last 8 days, so it was fun. We don't get to see each other enough. So that's another beautiful thing about these. You meet new therapists and you get to hang out with your tribe of therapists that you don't see very often because we're all scattered about and working. So it was marvelous. I'm beat, but I needed to be here tonight. I was hoping somebody would see it. I just got in from the store and had to lug my table. It took me 2 trips to lug all my stuff up here, but I haven't showered yet, so I'm glad you can only see me and not smell me. But I'm going to soak in Epsom salt later. So, Kevin, if Jean's there, I wanted to show her. It was hot out today. And I was like, you know what? It's that time. I need to get the Jean McCormick icy drink. So if you can tell her, I'll show her. We're back in the summer swing with a margarita and plenty of lime juice. We'll give it another minute. There's Jean. I was just showing your awesome husband. It was hot out today, lugging all of our stuff back to the light rail for the hour ride back home. And I realized it's summertime and I'm going to make my Jean McCormick crushed ice drink with lots of lime juice. So here we go. I haven't even thought about those in a while, so thanks for inspiring that. And the warm temperatures today inspired me to go ahead and make them. Kevin says, a great weekend with some of your favorite couples. Excited the newest Dunbar. Oh, yay! You spent the weekend? Were they here? How awesome. Jean had to run a quick errand. Should be here in 1 minute. And Jake broke out the bottle yesterday. Oh, broke out. Okay, great. In September, man, that's awesome. Well, that baby should have its own birthday, but if it arrives on the 16th, I can't be a favorite uncle because there's too many McCormicks that will fill that role. I could be a surrogate godfather if that child's born on my birthday. That was on the 16th. I don't know when the due date is, but that would be just awesome. Oh my God! Now I realize that. Yeah, I officiated their wedding. I love those two people. I love talking to them. That's a match made in heaven, man. That was a divinely ordained date with destiny for those two. They're just so perfectly matched. And a baby. Oh my gosh. Jean's got to be doing a happy dance every day. Jean, I know you'll be flying to Dallas frequently just to babysit. No way. Okay, well, that can't happen. Either induce or maybe she'll just skip it. That's awesome. Congratulations to those two from me. Oh, man. Mandy and Mark. They are some of my favorite people. Oh, all right, my tribe. Yeah, I should wear my, oh yeah, if you're an exhibitor, they give you this badge. So, it says Volleyball Festival 2023. And on the back side of this is this crazy cool artwork. It's aliens. Very colorful. That's like something Jake could draw or do. All right, so welcome. Thanks for joining me late. Better late than never. I couldn't get home in time. It's an hour ride each way from the Far East Station at Gilbert in Maine to 3rd Street in Washington, right next to the Civic Center. But it's $2 a day. $2 for a round trip, compared to $15 a day for parking and gas, and also during the week trying to get out of rush hour traffic and stuff. So the ride home gives you a chance to decompress, at least it did for us, and to relax and all of that. So I couldn't get home in time to do this at 5. So thanks for staying up and waiting for me. Get warmed up with a little bit of, man, my voice is just resonant. It's crazy. I've been talking to so many people, and so my voice gets warmed up all day. This happened on Sunday. When was the last time I was here? Wednesday. Yeah, because they let us go early on Wednesday because it was finals for the first group, and so today we got out early at 3. But every night it's been 8 o'clock or later. So we're done. 8 straight days. It was a great event. Exhausting, but very satisfying. All right. A little Steve Holtz and Jewel get things warmed up, and a little active recovery for these hands. You hear the clock. It's 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. I've got my eggs, I've got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. Rake the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I want the spots off the mirror, and don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Called my mom, she was out for a walk. Told her to cook coffee, but I didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. Here's more bad news, more hearts being broken, more people being used, but all my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy, I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you oh so bad, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon you'll see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story now, much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Hey. Brush your teeth and put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look screen. Put on my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try and tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't be thinking any more tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me. I was meant for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, all right. A little Stephen Jewell to open up this edition of Soulful Sunday. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Kevin said, always worth the wait. Yep, it was worth it. It was a lot of work. We're all pretty beat up, but it was worth it. Ellie says I went straight to bed. Ellie worked her tail off. She deserves that rest, but she always does. When she was an instructor, boy, she'd be on her feet or on the ground doing shatsu for 3 hours at a pop, man. She's got high energy. Very committed to what she does. Tons of passion. She brought a lot of energy. She made us laugh a lot during the last 8 days, and which was wonderful. Oh, I heard this Elvis song on Sirius XM that I've played a little bit lately, so I wanted to do it. Angel, angel, with those angel eyes, come and take this earthboard up to paradise. Angel, may I hold you tight, never kiss the angel, let me kiss one tonight. If I said I love you, would I be speaking out of turn? I'm only human, but I'm willing to learn. Angel, make my wish come true. Let me be heaven here on earth with you. Angel, never kiss an angel, let me kiss one tonight. If I said I love you, would I be speaking out of turn? I'm only human, but I'm willing to learn. Angel, make my wish come true. Let me be in heaven here on earth with you. Angel, angel. Oh, I like that little song. You're welcome, Kev. And thank you, Gene. For the gift that keeps on giving. It's warm out now. So these little ice slushy margarita drinks are just awesome. sweet. He's booger sugar and devil's meat. Hard as boardwalk bubblegum and smooth as 151. But hey, hey, it's alright. I don't mind, and I won't fight. Hey, hey, it's alright. 'Cause baby, you can come with me tonight. Oh, and there's Larry, he's alright. He's a walking stick of lit dynamite. He always gets it wrong, and his heart's as soft as a chicken bone. Hey, hey, it's alright. I don't mind, and I won't fight. Hey, hey, it's alright. 'Cause baby, you can come with me tonight. We can lose ourselves, not find our way back home, till the whole world feels just like a Saturday night, without a care in the world, without a net underneath us, full of the air, high as a kite. Hey, hey, my, you're as pretty as the big blue sky. Hey, hey, it's alright. 'Cause baby, you can come with me tonight. Oh, and there's Barry, he's okay. He might even find himself one of these days with his diamonds and cocaine and his honey, I won't ever do that again. But hey, hey, it's alright. I don't mind, and I won't fight. Hey, hey, it's alright. 'Cause baby, you can come with me tonight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, a little Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas. Oh, welcome to my Tribe to Soulful Sunday, this edition. Soulful Sunday plus one hour. Better late than never. So thanks for waiting around for me, Tribe. Awesome. I'm pretty beat, but I get to sleep in the morning for the first time in 8 days. I am looking forward to that because I'm a nocturne. So we had to be up to catch the train every day by 6:40, and I can't go to sleep before. I think the earliest I got to bed was 1:30. Most nights it's 1:45 to 2. I just couldn't go to bed. I need time to wind down. So yeah, and then I had to catch the light rail, so I had to be up at 6:40 every day. So I showed up dragging, and I went straight to the concession stand to get coffee. But 8 straight days, tons of work. Oh. But worth it. I made some good money. Made some new friends in the therapeutic community. Picked up a couple of clients, by the way. One of them was a referee. He's local. Everybody else was from all across the United States, Washington State, Massachusetts today, Texas, a lot of Californians, I don't know if I had any or not, but international, 2 from Canada and Mexico. So huge event. The 11 to 13, I think, girls, last Sunday through Wednesday, that was their tournament. There were 140 teams there. Then on Wednesday, the 15 to 19, no, 14 to 18 girls started showing up, and they started playing Thursday through today. Today was their final, and there were 480 teams. So the complete lower level of the convention center was Sunday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through today was that level and the very same level up top. It was huge. So we'd have some lulls, but for the most part, we were on our feet on concrete for. We got there at 8 the first day and then 9 the rest of the time. And except for Wednesday and today when we were done early at 3 o'clock because of the finals, we were there till 8 or later every night. 11 hours. We got some breaks where you could get on your table and we stretched each other out and use those massage guns on each other to keep each other going, but we're all pretty beat up. But it was worth it. Oh, so Epsom salt tonight. Absolutely. There's Amy. 8 days a week. Yeah, if I knew that, I'd play it. Yeah, it was brutal, but we made good money. I made some new friends. I got to see my former instructor and friend, Ellie. She was there right next to me. Her table was there for, she was there most of the 8 days. And my therapist, April, that I met at this event 4 years ago, is a beautiful soul. She was there too. So it was Ellie, myself, Kelsey, my friend and lead therapist, and April, all in a row. We had at least about 12 tables, I think, on that lower level. Not everybody was there at once, but we probably had at one time maybe 7 or 8 therapists going all at once, and we'd work sometimes for a couple hours just straight. And we'd get a break when we could, depends on the lulls around lunch and stuff. But it was 8 straight days of work, but it's done, so I couldn't get home in time. Thank you all for staying up a little bit later and joining me today because I didn't want to wait till next Wednesday. I wanted to play for you. This is good active recovery. These hands are pretty beat. I was using my massage gun on my thumbs, my Thenars earlier. Ellie knows the Thenar Eminence. And so this is active recovery, flushing all that crud and stuff out of there. It'll help them feel better tomorrow. So I have one of my regular clients tomorrow night. But I get to sleep in tomorrow for the first time in 8 days. Oh. Will they have you back next year? Yes. So I did this event 4 years ago. I think I did mention on Wednesday. It's kind of a invitation only for therapists. They had 150 applications to do this, and I think there were 12 therapists that were selected. I did it before. I was recommended by my former education director, who went to school with Danny, the lady that runs the massage part of this. So I was recommended 4 years ago, which I'm grateful for. That's how I met April, my therapist, who's this beautiful soul that I love. And so she was there with us. She has her own practice. So I met her at this event 4 years ago. And then COVID happened, and then I guess they had their fill by last year, or I would have done it because I remember seeing pictures of the event. And this time, Danny reached out and asked me, and I said my lead therapist would be perfect for this. You got to be professional, and you have to show up. These booths that we're in, well, it's a big open space, are thousands of dollars, and so they make money off of us, and they sell. I showed you the massage gun, but I don't have it. I bought a TENS unit, so I'm going to use that on myself for my knee. And electromagnetic frequency. If any of you have been to a physical therapy or a chiropractor, you get a TENS unit sometimes. Kevin probably has. So I bought one. That'll go in my practice. So the guys that were running the booth also sell those. That's what they do. So retail is $1,000. Our cost was $300. So I had to have one. So I got one of those. So that came out of it too. It's awesome. But they don't pay for that booth if you don't show up. You have to be there. So they're very selective. And of course, so Kelsey and I rode the rail an hour each way, and because she lives out in Apache Junction, and I'm in East Mesa, so yeah, so we did that every day. So it was an extra hour going in and coming back, but it saved me $15 a day parking, gas, and fighting the traffic through the weekday in and out of that place. So it was a block and a half walk to the rail station every day, and then we just drove and met at the other one. So on the east end, so it was worth it. That gives you time to kind of decompress too on the way home and start snoozing a little bit, and on the way in for me because I showed up every day just completely dragging. 6:40. I'm only up at 6:40 if I stay up all night. When I used to. So my body clock is like 11 in the morning till 1:30 to 3. So I couldn't get to sleep until at least 1:30 every day. I had to be up at 6:40. It's murder. So I get to sleep in tomorrow, and tonight I get to spend this time with you fine people. My tribe. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Kevin. I got not a tangent, but that was a long-winded answer to you. Yeah, we'll be back next year. The guy that also runs the event with sells all the product. He's trying to get into other events too, other volleyball events and everything, like 3-day, 4-day events. I say right now I probably won't do the 8 days all day long. You can take morning or afternoon shifts and then pick the days you want. I just said I'm working every day all day because I knew she needed a therapist. I say right now because I'm kind of tired. Just like when you finish a marathon or an Ironman, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to do that again. After a week, when you're recovered, you're like, when's the next one? And you're online. So it's probably a foregone conclusion that I'll sign up for the very thing. Next year, I'll have forgotten all about the pain. So there might be other events too, but the other guy that runs the booth had a lot of kind things to say about Kelsey and I, and others too, about being professional and showing up. We all showed up, but we all went to the same school, which was tough, and it was a very professional school, and college level anatomy and stuff that about killed us, and stickler on body mechanics because they want you to be an exceptional therapist and stay in the industry. And then I got to stay on and TA there as staff and became the clinic manager. So I got to TA for Ellie, who taught us shiatsu, and who's an amazing therapist in person. So we've become friends, and she doesn't like me to say this, but she is my mentor. So with massage, and I met April there 4 years ago. So and she's a beautiful soul. Now she's my therapist and friend too. So it's a wonderful journey. It's exhausting today, but I won't feel this tomorrow as much. Well, it'll take a couple days to get over all this, but anyway. At 62, I'm still behaving like a 42-year-old. I was talking to my dad a couple weeks ago on Father's Day, and I said, how's it going? And I said, man, I got all this stuff going on. We're going to be moving a week from today. We're going to start on Saturday, moving to our new place, out of these apartments with noise above and below. It's in a 55-plus gated community. They're duplexes, so we have a 2-year lease. I'm going to have a lot of space. I'm going to have a whole new setting because the middle room is a den, and it will be my music room. So I can't wait to get stuff up on the walls so you'll have something different to look at. And it's on my wing, my end of the place. And then my roommate Lori has her stuff on the other end, just like now, but it's an apartment. So we have a big living room out here, a great room, and then she's on that end, and I'm on this end. But it'll be a little bit more. Well, it'll be really quiet because it's single level and it's just 55 plus. So we took a 2-year lease, but I'll have a whole new setup and a room to broadcast from. So I'm looking forward to that. What are you telling me now? I'm getting these messages again. Check your internet connection. I like to tell you what you can do with your. I won't. Try to keep this family friendly. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm so exhausted. My mind's just like wandering. Anyway, I answered Kevin's question. I think. Yes, they'll let us back next year. Oh, so I'll forget about the pain by then. I'll probably sign up for the whole thing again. Oh, and at 62, yeah, I still have the endurance of a youngster and a 42-year-old, which I do love. So I'm hanging in there. I just need more recovery time, like another day or so. I'm fighting the whole age. I reject all that. I just reject. You get older and I don't believe any of that. Although some of it's true, but I don't live in that space. So I remember when I took my 9,200-mile motorcycle trip across the country and up to Canada, my daughter said, "You're the youngest 54-year-old I know." I like that. Some things like that you remember. Young at heart and still running strong. I just need another day or two of sleep, but in the words of the Terminator, I'll be back. Amy says, "Wow, you've helped a lot of..." You're always so gracious with that. You always point that out, that people help people. So do you. Yeah, so we were called, those of us in this, myself included, that still don't have a clue, we were all called to this profession. Any good therapist will tell you it's not us. We provide, yes, the techniques and all that. It's your body that responds to the therapy. So it's really more about you than it is about us. And any good therapist will tell you that. So, but we are vessels. We're not healers necessarily. We're vessels through which healing flows and into somebody's body temple, which is a lot of trust and an honor to be entrusted with touching another person. Even the energy work where I'm not touching, but I'm feeling the whole aura and energy thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's almost beyond words. So we did. Yeah, we had a lot of fun working on those young girls that came in to get stretched, or after their tournaments, their knees are all skinned. You can tell the ones that take it serious. They're diving after balls. And I had a girl yesterday, a young girl, said, "Oh, my neck and shoulder." I said, "What happened?" "Oh, I dove after this ball," and her knees are all skinned up and stuff. But you get them on the table and you work out their back and do some low back stretching and all that kind of stuff, and they get out and they're like, "Oh, that feels so good." I had this lady today. A lot of the parents, most of them are parents, or I had a lady yesterday that's a pro. I'm sorry, I'm tired, so words come hard to me. Beach volleyball. She's a professional in her 40s, beach volleyball player, but she was coaching a team, and you get a lot of adults. Today, I had a lady. She came in for 10 minutes, and I said, "What are we doing?" And she goes, "I'm driving back to Washington State in an hour, 19 hours. She most flew down. She drove down. And I went, "Oh my gosh." So, of course, I gave her extra time for free and really worked on her, worked her back, worked her glutes, stretched her out, worked her forearms and hands because she'd be driving for 19 hours. And I said, "My friend," and you know her, she checks in here, Haley, is in Seattle. And she said, "Well, I'm 3 hours from Seattle." And I said, "Well, sometime before it gets cold, my friend Haley messaged me about putting together a kayak trip, like a 4-day trip. There's this group you can join and stuff, and they take you on an exciting kayak thing." And so I said, "I might be in Seattle this year." And she goes, and she said, and I said, and Haley's going to find a table so I can work on her friends. And she said, "I will come see you." So I gave her my card. And I said, "Look up my name." It says Bruce Fott LMT for licensed massage therapist. Look me up on Facebook, and I go live Fridays, Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. So she might check in here sometime. And I said, "Just text me and let me know that it's you, and remind me if I fly to Seattle to do a kayaking adventure. You can come see me, because these are, it's an open area. Everybody's clothed, so it's a little bit of a. You have to have some skills as a massage therapist to work over clothing when you're not used to it. But we do." And so I said, I'll give you a full massage with proper draping and all of that, when I can actually do a lot of getting down in the tissue. But so she said, "Yes, I'd love that." So that made me happy. Oh, that was an answer to it. Sorry I'm talking so much. I'm delirious. Amy said, "You help a lot of people," so I'm just remembering stories. It's not about us. It's just but you remember the wonderful responses when people come in pain, and in 20 minutes or less, you help them sit up on your table, and they're walking, and they're up, and they're like, "Oh my gosh." It's just their body responding. But we do our part, and we were called to do this work. So, yeah, helped a lot of people in the last 8 straight days. Now it's my turn. I was supposed to actually have my monthly session with April a week ago, last week on Monday, but we signed up for this event. So she got her 2-hour session with her therapist yesterday. So I told her it's going to be a couple weeks because we got to move next week, and that's going to be a lot of work. But I'm already ready for my body work. So, all right, back to this. Amy says, "Haha, me too." They only want the best. So the guy that runs the booth said, you guys got, Kelsey and I and Ellie and others got a lot of wonderful compliments and people that came back. That referee saw me 6 days straight. He came in the first day on Sunday and his neck, and I think I told you this last time, was so hurting, and in 10 minutes or 20 minutes he was off the table. It was like, wow. Then I gave him the proper sleeping position, and he woke up the next night and he said, that's the first time in 3 months I've slept through an entire night and woke up without any pain. So he couldn't come and see me yesterday or today. He stopped by and said hello, but he had matches. That guy referees all these events, so but he's local, so he got my card. So that was awesome. So the answer to the want the best, I don't know that I was the best, but I've certainly don't think so. But I strove to be above average because that's what they taught us to do. And I got people that came back and asked for me. So did Kelsey. So did Ellie. We all went to the same program. Ellie's 8 years ahead of us. April's 12 years ahead of me. So we all have the same program at the same school that's closed now, but it was strict and stringent and awesome. I'm grateful. I was supposed to be there. Yeah, we're getting excited about the move. So Lori's been boxing stuff up. She's on a 7-day run, having to work too. So we'll be boxing up stuff starting tomorrow for me after I sleep in. I've got some clients this week, but I'll be boxing up. We get the keys on Friday, and I'm going to arrive with my car full of boxes and my kayak on top of it. And I'm going straight to our new place, and we're going to start loading and unloading. And Ellie and Kelsey are going to help me Sunday. I'm getting a big box truck from Home Depot, and we're going to start moving all the big stuff. We'll do it in one move. I've been mind mapping this for a month, visualizing. That's how I do things, and figuring out what to do. So we have a massive move. I'm probably not going to be alive a week from today. I don't know that I'll have. Well, we'll have internet service, but I don't think I'll be set up. And we've only got that day to move all the big stuff. But I'll be live Wednesday and Friday. So I will keep you informed as we move along. Amy says, you don't live in that space. That's right. And I like that. Amy says, I like that too. I didn't see that. That's awesome. Yeah, me too. Kev, can't wait until you start playing some more music and shut up. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Can't wait to expand and open on the west side. Oh, I know. Dude, I should come out. I should come out and see you once a month. I really should do that. I know you've been through physical therapy and stuff. We might be able to. I got that TENS unit. I'll have to talk about that. I know, that it's what you had. It starts with hemisphere, but there might be some stuff to stimulate. Amy's nocturnal. Yep, she and I share that. I've often said I'm not a vampire, but I keep their hours and their secrets. So that's true. Mark Konecki's here. Hey, I've been rambling for like 20 minutes. I just got done with 8 straight days at an international volleyball tournament down at the convention center, and I am beat doing massage and stuff for athletes and parents. So I'm absolutely delirious, and I'm just catching everybody up, but I'm the non-stop talking. Amy says, you'll be unpacked before I am. Are you still unpacking? I love that, actually. My roommate, Lori, we've been here 2 years, and it took me over a year to clean out my storage unit, only because the January due date was coming. And Lori spent like over a year going through her boxes because she'd been in her place 11 years in her other apartment. It's all good. We're in all good company. So I love that you're still taking your time. There's no rush. We also have life happening. Life happens, so can't be all about unpacking. Mark says, all good, great to see you too, thanks. Yeah, if you really want to laugh, when I put this up on archive, scroll through the first, I don't even know how long I played. I think I've only played 3 songs. I've been talking nonsense. I've been answering questions, but I give long-winded answers. So you can hear what I've been up to the last 8 days. So working that international volleyball event, which is awesome. Amy's still working on it. I like that. Kevin, in the past, I've used tens on your left shoulder. Helped. Okay, good. We'll have to see about that. Been in my old since 1994. Yeah, that's a long time. I was in my house 13 years. I had boxes in the garage. I still didn't go through until 2 years before I sold it. So they were in there 10 or 11 years before I finally went through and weeded out stuff. So yeah, 1994, 04, 14, wow, 29 years. Wow. It's okay. Things go the way they're supposed to. Just like tonight, I was an hour late because I couldn't get in here earlier, and I'm so glad you saw it. And I know I feel like I should be playing music, but you're also patient. You ask questions, you want to hear me tell stories about stuff. Tonight's taken exceptionally long period of time, but I we were coming home in the heat, and I was like, oh man, it's time. I haven't even thought about these slushy margarita drinks that Gene turned me on to. So I stopped at Fry's on the way home and got some stuff for dinner, and I said, you know what? I need to restock on that. I haven't even thought about having these since last fall. Once the temperatures cooled off, so let's see. Giving a lot of stuff. Good. I believe every word of that about you because that's your heart. And I like that about me too. Yeah, I took a ton of stuff to Goodwill. Sometimes it's like, I could put this up on Craigslist or OfferUp, which I think I prefer. I haven't used it in a long time, but sometimes it's like, you know what? I don't care. It's not all about money. It's like somebody might buy this tomorrow that needs it. So I would rather just take it local and supply the community. That's how I feel. I'm sure you're the same. Yep. Okay. I know. I do appreciate that you guys. It's not like I'm living a life of adventure and intrigue all the time. It is strangely exciting at times. So the last 8 days were brutal. I'm pretty beat up, but Epsom salt soak later, and I get to sleep in tomorrow, which I've said about 8 times, and I'm so happy about that. And I'll probably be up late tonight because I don't have to be up early tomorrow. It's so hard to get to bed before 1. Oh, it's murder. Murder's getting up. Let's see. Hang on, my muse is like, I've been waiting for you to stop talking. I've told you this before, I have a song title. I've never worked on it. I have a song title for a song called My Muses Have Migraines, because there are 7 of them. They were Zeus's daughters. So, I don't know, I got a song title years ago. It's like, my muses probably have migraines, like banging their heads on the wall, trying to get through to me. I had that thought, and so that's a song title. I got to write a song to that. Amy always gives me good recommendations for, you should write a song about that. It's like, I know. International Man of Mystery. I know, who was that? Oh, I saw that. Mike Myers? I don't remember. Okay. I just played Elvis's Angel song. I did Bob Schneider. I started with You Were Meant for Me. Somebody just type in something. Sorry. How's that? I know you're interested in stuff I have to say when there's a lot of stuff going on, because it is. And I can be a little colorful with my stories, but every word's true. I don't embellish. Austin Powers, Man of Mystery. That was it. Yeah, I remember that title. I saw one of those ones. Okay, people are crazy. Yes, they are. So I can't whistle so much blowing out. So the salt on this drink dried up my lips enough I can I can make that whistling sound. All right. Oh, and Ellie seconds that. She's the only other person after Amy gave me that song recommendation. Ellie says, "Oh hell, I know that song," and so that. Yep. All right. This old man and me were at the bar and we are having us some beers and swapping I don't cares, talking politics. I'm not faking this. This time it hit me early. I don't know why that's funny. I can't even get it out. Blonde and red-haired chicks, old dogs and new tricks, and habits we ain't kicked. Talked about God's grace and all the hell we raised. And then I heard the old man say, God is great and beer is good and people are crazy. He said I fought 2 wars, been married and divorced. What brings you to Ohio? Said damned if I know. We talked an hour or 2 about every girl we knew, what all we put them through, like 2 old boys will do. Pondered life and death, he lit a cigarette, said these damn things kill me yet. But God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Last call was 2 a.m. I said goodbye to him. I never spoke to him again. Then one sunny day, I saw the old man's face. Front page obituary, he was a millionaire. He left his fortune to some guy he barely knew. His kids were mad as hell, but me, I'm doing well. So I dropped by today, just say thanks and pray. I lit a 6-pack right there on his grave. And I said, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Oh, I hung on to that last whistle as long as I could. Oh, thanks for that recommendation, Amy, because I was kind of drawing a blank. I think my muse was banging her head still on a cloud or something, going, oh, this guy. I was on the light rail home earlier, and I started thinking about new stuff I want to learn. These are some songs I've been thinking about for a long time. I won't, well, I guess I will spill the beans. I'm not going to tell you the songs. I want to do a whole, not a medley, but I want to put together a little short list of songs from 1, 2, yeah, PBS shows I grew up with, like as a late kid and early teen. There's certain songs I've always wanted to play. So they're from Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and the theme song to the Electric Company. Oh my God, I love that show. I love the theme song. It was insane. You are gonna love. I just got to figure out how to do it. I'm not gonna spill the beans on that one. It's from Sesame Street. I don't think any of you would guess which one. Maybe one of you. So I want to learn some of those songs, the themes from each of those, and play them just because. And I love that Electric Company. It's really short. It's not even a minute. So I don't know why. I just wanted to do some of those. So I was thinking on the way home, I need to start. I want to do like a mini set list of all these shows from these shows from PBS when I was growing up, when I was a kid or an early teen. So I'm going to do that. I don't go back and watch the archives, but since I said it, I know I've committed to it. But it's something I want to do. Gene says, "How about Jermaine?" Ooh, wow. And I don't know if you can tell when I'm singing. I mentioned this on, when was I here last? I don't even know what day it is. We lost track of days of the week. None of us was remembering. So Wednesday, I talked about how, because I'm talking all day long to people, doing intake, and I was saying how, wow, my voice is like really projecting when I'm singing. And I'm not even trying. It's like twice as loud as it normally is. So, it feels that way tonight too. I had to say that before I do a Motown song. Jermaine Jackson, I will do it. It's at the plate. Amy says, love it. Probably I'm guessing that's in response to the letter I wrote. I don't even think I knew her name. I probably just wrote it to Julie, care of PBS Channel 8. I don't know. Never arrived, I'm sure, but I remember doing that. Dave says, Z says, I watched all those shows. Yep. He got it. I can't just say I'm not going to confirm or deny. That's the one. I've been wanting to do that song forever. So I need a prop. I've been trying to figure out how to, for years I've thought about doing that. I have to stop and squeeze it. And I don't want to do a sound effect. I could do that and put it on my iPad and hit it with my foot. Now I'm going to have to hold that up. But I do that song. I've sung along with it in Bert's voice, Ernie's voice. You've heard me do voices, so I'm not going to give that away. I'm going to sing that song in Ernie's voice. That's what's going to make it unique. And Robert Ducky, probably sitting right here on my guitar, is what I was thinking of coming home today. I told you one of you might get that. Actually, you're not the one I was thinking of, but so I love that you did it. There were two of you. So Rubber Ducky is one of the songs from Sesame Street. That's brilliant. Oh, Gene, Jermaine Jackson. Yes. His version I love of this song. You're my love, you're my angel. I can't believe how loud my voice sounds. It's just like I'm singing normal and it's bouncing off the wall in front of me. Sorry. You're the girl of my dreams, and I'd like to thank you for waiting patiently. Yeah, Daddy's home. Your daddy's home to stay. Yeah. How I wait for this moment, be by your side. Your best friend wrote and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Yeah, Daddy's home. Daddy's home to stay. Now it wasn't on a Sunday, Monday and Tuesday went by. It wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon. All I could do was cry. And I made a promise that you treasure. I'd make it back home to you. I waited for this moment, be by your side. Best friend wrote and told me you had tears in your eyes, yeah. Daddy's home. Your daddy's home to stay. Daddy's home to stay. I'm not 1,000 miles away. Daddy's home to stay. I'm gonna be there come one day. Daddy's home to stay. I'm not 1,000 miles away. Ooh, good request. Thank you, Gene, for that. Thanks to my tribe for staying up a little later and hanging in with me tonight, so I could be here live rather than waiting. Kevin says, Rainbow Connection. I don't know. I'm drawing to. You got me on that one. I would have to phone a friend if I were on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm not making. I don't know what that is. I'm thinking of my girls and Rainbow Bright. You know, all the stuff they grew up with. Rainbow Connection. I don't know. You saw it, so you'll have to tell me. I'll have to go look it up later. I'll Google it. Gene says, awesome. You're welcome. Thank you for the request. That inspired somebody, Holly. I don't know why, it just did. Hold me close and tell how you feel. Tell me love is real. Words of you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you. I want to hear, darling, when you're near. Words of you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you. Words of love, so true. Oh, I've long said a great song will always be a great song, and that is one by the late great Buddy Holly. Oh, Z says Kermit sang it. Rainbow Connection. Oh, now that I... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I immediately had a beat to that, so there's somewhere in my gray matter. That song's in there. I'll have to look at that. Even Kevin knew Kermit sings it. Okay. Where two or more are gathered, the majority rules. I believe both of you. I'll have to go look it up. Kermit the Frog sang Rainbow Connection. Fine you do. All right. That's a hat trick. I'll have to go look at. I'm sure I've heard it once I hear it. Do you remember? Yeah. Okay. So my favorite character on Sesame Street is Grover. I just loved Grover. He's a monster, but he's a happy. He's a fun monster. He's not scary, and he's got a heart, but he's goofy. He reminds me of me. And my favorite sketches with Grover, I know you've seen these, are where he's a waiter in the restaurant. Remember that? And he comes out, "Hello, sir. May I help you?" And he's got the waiter's thing on, and it's the same guy at the table with the glasses. "Yes, I'd like a," and then whatever comes out of his mouth is the sound. Oh no, no. So he went. Yeah, so that's true. So he would order from the restaurant, and then Grover always messed up the menu. But the one I was thinking of, Grover's working at a hardware store once, and the same guy comes in. "Oh no, not you again." "Yes, sir. May I help you?" And he goes, "Yes, I'd like a." And when he opened his mouth, it would make the sound of like a saw. "I'd like a," and he opened his mouth and you're, "Right away, sir." And he'd go back and bring back like a hammer. "Here you go, sir." And he's like, Grover's like this innocent, wanting to please everybody, but he just completely just spaces out. And my favorite ones are the restaurant scene where he can never bring out the right thing. And Grover gets exasperated. He goes, "Yes, sir, I'll take it right back." And he goes back in the kitchen. He goes, "Hey, Charlie!" Boom. And he always says Charlie, like Charlie's the chef. I don't know why. I'm just thinking of that. Makes me so laugh. I love Grover. He's just got a heart of gold. He's tried so hard. I can't do a song about that. Maybe I could write a song about Grover. I don't know, but those are the funniest sketches with Grover. Just trying his best and goofing up everything. But the guy coming in, and when he opens his mouth, he never says what he wants. The sound comes out of his mouth, and I just thought that was brilliant. Um, anyway, another squirrel moment for the Kermit song, which is Rainbow Connection. All right. 3 of you, the majority you can read. I'll have to go look it up on YouTube later. Huh. Kept you long enough. Sorry I haven't played a lot of music, but it's been fun catching you up on what the last 8 days have been like and seeing your responses and interacting. It's wonderful. Except for Mark, who I haven't met. What's really awesome, I just realized, is when I read your responses, I hear your voice in my head. Like, I know what you sound like. So it's almost like you telling you we're communicating, not just typing. It's just like we're sitting here. I can hear Kev's voice and Gene and Amy and Z. All right, so I should wrap this up because it's a Sunday night and we ran a little bit late because we started late. Well, having said everything I just said, there's only one song I can play for my friends. I love everything about you. I love the way you comb your hair. I love the way you sashay in the room. Your perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love the way you lick your lips, babe. You got fireworks in your head. I love the way you bring me water. And I'm thirsty in your bed. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were surely kissed by angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. devil in your eye. You disappear, trace. I love sneaking up behind you when you're looking in the mirror. Where your eyes lock into mine, dear, without guilt and without fear. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. All right, my tribe. There you go. That'll do it for this edition of Soulful Sunday. Thanks for waiting an extra hour for me to get home. And after missing Friday, oh, so good to be back. Kiss, great set. Thank you. Songs and stories, they go together. Very true. Thanks for that. Thanks for that reminder. Yep, they are stories of my life, man. Oh, all right. I did have a good night. I needed to be here. A little bit of active recovery that'll help my hands recover tomorrow, and lifting up my spirits. Not that they were down, just like I just didn't want to miss a night playing music, and I wasn't sure if anybody was. Hopefully, somebody was going to see the banner and show up, and then all of you fine people did. So that was wonderful, and thanks for allowing me time to just decompress and storytell. A lot going on the last 8 days, so not always that way, but in this case, it has been. And in the next week, starting a week from today, we'll be doing all the heavy lifting with my friends. Ellie and Kelsey will be helping Laura and I move with the big box truck, and we'll be starting before then. So I've got my desk that you can't see, my L-shaped desk. So my iMac is here, my primary computer is here. I've got 2 screens going all this. I'll have internet service, but I won't be set up, so probably not next Sunday. And I'll be talking about that on Wednesday and Friday, which I will be here for, I believe. So I'll let you know if I'm not. But anyway, thanks for checking in later. Thanks for making it a great night and listening to all my craziness and my stories and fun stuff. I'm beat. I was on the light rail coming home, and I was like, wow, this is sore, and this is sore, and this is sore. And I went, you know what? My ears and my nose are not sore. Everything else is. It's easier just to say what isn't. But I love immersions. I'm a big believer in those. I've done that when I was a triathlete. I did that in my corporate life before. So you take a maximum amount of energy in a finite amount of time, and you make a massive shift in your life, or you work on people and stuff on concrete for 8 straight days, and you're just beat up, but you make some good money, great stories, great interactions with people, pick up a client or two, and have a wonderful time with the therapeutic community. So we tend to get isolated. I was warned about this years before I started school when I met Adrienne, who she pointed me to my school. Said, you're going to be working in low-level lighting, isolated away in private practice. You need to get out in the sunshine, which I do, on the Salt River. And she said, you need to stay out in community a lot. She was absolutely right. We tend to get isolated working on our clients and all of that, but it's it's interactive, but it can be an isolated, lonely existence when you don't do everything else. And so then you get around all these other therapists that you've never met, and those that are in your tribe in my community that you don't see very often, and it's fun and invigorating. And boy, was it loud! Matches going on, people screaming. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. So I had a great time. I am glad that I get to sleep in tomorrow. It was worth it. And it's worth making sure I didn't skip tonight. I didn't want to skip 2 nights in a row until next Wednesday. So I thought, I've got time to get home, an hour ride each way off the light rail, get to the store, lug all my stuff, two trips upstairs, get changed with like 8 minutes to go, and it's like I can do it. So thanks for joining me here. I'm so glad. I know I'm just rambling. I'm supposed to just let you go. I'm just decompressing after 8 days. Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin. It was a great set, and those do together. They go together. Songs and stories. That's what they are. Thanks, Gene. I plan on it. I won't be going to bed early. I just know that. I've been beat every night, and I just can't. Amy understands. I'm not saying she's the only one, but she truly understands. So, yeah, we have the same kind of body clock and wiring. We're bat people. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome, Mark. Thanks for joining in. Z, also. I'm gonna. Amy understands. Yep. She's a bat girl. And again, I'm not a vampire, but I keep their hours and their secrets. So, okay, thanks for joining in. This has been wonderful. I'm so glad you all saw the banner and waited around for me. That means so much. So glad I have an audience for the music. And I think Ellie went back to bed, but as she taught us in shiatsu class, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy. Keep those immune systems bolstered up. And thanks so much for being part of my tribe and checking in here. Means the world to me. Yeah. Amy's got that bat thing going. And those sunglasses. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I'll have a chance this week. I'd like to, but I'm gonna start working on those PBS. I'll have to do. Maybe I'll just call it the PBS set. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll have to work up some stuff. Z was right on. He was right on the mark, man. Rubber ducky. So I got to get a rubber ducky and figure out the timing of that because I've got to do the squeaking thing. And at some point, I don't have 4 arms, so I'm going to have to not play the music and interact with the duck because you can't skip the part. I haven't heard it in a long time where he talks with the ducky. And so I'm going to have to figure out. I will. I don't sweat that stuff. I will creatively figure it out. But I've been wanting to do that, and I'm going to do it in Ernie's voice. So if you heard my Grover, nobody said anything about Grover voice, and you didn't have to, but it's like, that Grover is a lot like, because it's the same guy. It's Frank Oz. Hey! Hello, sir. May I help you? That's Yoda. Oh, cannot get your ship out. That's Yoda. That's Frank Oz. He's the same guy. He did Grover, my favorite character. So I haven't even practiced that voice, and I can still do it, which I love. So Ernie's voice is different, but I'm going to do Ernie's voice, and I'm going to sing that in Ernie's voice. So Rubber Ducky. I can't wait to learn that and play those songs for you. I love that Electric Company song. Okay, and I'll have to go look up the other one. So if I don't look at it now, I'm going to forget. 3 of you reminded me. So, no, I went too far. Rubber Ducky. Rainbow Connection. All right. I know because the title's familiar. So I'll have to look that up. Rainbow Connection. Okay. All right, all. Thanks again so much. Wonderful to see you all and interact here on this Soulful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of that for you. We got a big week coming up of moving. I will status you as we get through it. And have a great rest of your Sunday. This Soulful Sunday. Get some rest. Have a great start to your week. Starting tomorrow, and I'll be back here for Hump Day for Wind Down Wednesday. We'll see you then.